How's it going? Welcome back to another day here on the seas. Today is going to be a very exciting day. What we're doing is setting up production for some rocket fuel. Now, not normal rocket fuel like you think, no liquids or things like that. What we need for sending Junior up into space is going to be power. We need some methane, and we need some oxygen. And there's two different ways we can do it. One, set up full production up there, and just pipe up the resources that we need for getting that running. Or two, do it here on the boat and then pop up the final product. Both has its pros and cons. The pros of the platform up there is the size, right? Footprint is massive up there, man. Plenty of room to set everything up, not be crowded, and then our final product can get piped directly into the rocket. The cons are, just like any other game that's like this, that's open world, if you get too far from the platform here, it goes into stasis, the whole part of the map, and it won't produce anything. So if we start production, say we want to go to the north side of the map to grab another seed, it'll stop once we get so far away, and then pick back up once we get closer to the platform. So it's not running 24/7. Now for the boat itself, we don't have that problem. We're always on it, always near it, it's always rendered in. So production would be constant, but the problem is the footprint size. All those reactors, all the pumps, all the storage tanks would all be here on the boat. So kind of sucks that way. It's nice having it all in one, but I don't want to weigh the boat down and have problems later on. So we'll see, man, we'll see. Now everything I got set up for this video was done before the recent update, so things will change a little bit, and we'll kind of talk about that as we get going for the day. Dude, the rain is no joke, man. Rough day on the seas. Before we get started, speaking of the update, I want to show you one of the things that's going to make life easier, and one thing that made it pre-patch kind of a pain doing this. So for all of these storage, all the liquids, all the battery, stuff like that, there's some type of storage for it, right? Batteries for electricity. You got the tanks for the water, tanks for the diesel, tanks for the gas, stuff like that. But there was none for carbon dioxide. And that's one of the main components for making the methane. And now with the recent patch, there's a tank for that. So it's kind of nice because here on the boat, driving around all the time, you're constantly producing the CO2. And if you don't have one of the big reactors set up here, you can't really harness that for any use. So you'd have to take some of the generators, electric ones, waste your gas, run that to produce some of the carbon dioxide. That's kind of the setup we're doing today. Again, this is all done before the patch, so I kind of want to go with that. It's a lot of prep work, man. A lot of parts to be made as well. So let's make one of the tanks, see what it's all about, then we'll head up and kind of show you the setup I have. All I did was ran the lines. We're doing all the other build part today, but kind of excited about it, man. So, turn this on. Let's look at the skills. Oh, that's a new little robots, too. Friendly Sweetheart. So, complete the quest to unlock. Okay. So, we can actually make these now. Kind of excited to check that out and see what they're all about once we get the quest done. There is one up on the platform to scan. That's a tank here. So, that holds 6,000 liters. Now, I think... Okay, so it's the same as this. So, it's probably massive as well. So, unlock it. We might have all the stuff, possibly. There we go, man. A little bit of sunshine. Right here. Oh, it's tiny, man. Why is this so small compared to the methane tank? Interesting. That kind of works. We'll set it up right here. And we won't do testing today with it, but I want to see the size. Next video, when we start heading out, we'll see what the output from this is. I'm not sure how much it actually produces. What are we missing? Alloy frame. Tell you what, we can make some in here real quick. We'll just do 5. It's fine. Thank you. Now, I think we got all the stuff we need upstairs for building. I need to hook up some of the gas for the generators. And that'll be piped in from the boat down here. We'll do that on the way up. Something else that changed too with the update. What happened to you? Why did you fall? That's kind of weird. But as you can see, all these aren't red anymore. They're not totally full. So all the resources, they change the weight on them. I think the silicone is the only one they made heavier, but all these are now lighter. So it's not too bad, man. This was full, so roughly 30% reduction across the board on resources. That is fantastic, man. The storage was getting out of control, dude. On how much we actually needed. There we go. It's like bite-sized, man. So, after the setup today, We won't be using any of the electric generators for making the carbon dioxide. We'll be using this. So easy way to do that is have maybe 2 of these and then have them piped in up top. And again, it kind of deals with all of these cables that we have here. So this, stop putting Google eyes on the containers. Okay, eyes and a mouth. Deaf stuff, man. It's not too bad, though. I like it, dude. I like how small it is, you know? Fits very well on the boat. All right, so, anyways, moving on for the day. What I did in between videos, and the only thing I did for this, was I went ahead and ran cables. They go from here all the way to the platform. And, dude, holy crap, this took me forever. Probably longer than it should to get that set up. But the goal is 2 different things, right? We're going to have all of our production for the oil up top there, I think, possibly. So that means the boat's going to have oil containers, raw oil. That will need to go up. Once it's done processing, that'll make some of the gas, diesel, and plastic. We're going to want to ship all that back down here, right? And then with the addition of the containers for the carbon dioxide, when we come back here to send off another junior, make more of the methane and oxygen, we want to ship that up. So instead of just doing 1 or 2 of the cables, might as well run all 4. Never know if you need some more of the water or power going up or coming back down, right? It's kind of easy to run them all at once. So set these up. And this will actually be used today. That should be a full tank. Let's double check. It is. And then let's turn that. That is off. I don't want to use this. I want to see how long 1 tank lasts for doing the power production and the carbon dioxide through the generators. Let's close this. Safety reasons, man. So fun fact, while we're climbing, if you fall from the top and you got full health and full power stats like I do, you will live. I'm just saying. I did some science unintentionally and might have fallen 2 or 3 times. So the connectors here and some there. Now going from here all the way down is like 18 or 19 meters. Just enough line to connect where I have the places down there. And then I'll show you how I ran those. And we got some more up here too. So they're kind of split, right? 2 this way, 2 that way. Now if you didn't know, all of the cables, there is no collision for us. The connectors, there is. So mind that when you're placing these, because you don't want to trip on the way back down. Now for hooking up the cables down there, all you do is come right here and run off. And you can actually walk on the pipes right here. So have these hooked up. You can do that from the ladder itself. And then connect one and either accidentally fall like I did, or you can actually hook one up here, walk backwards. Easy, Junior. Jump up here, and then you can reach your ladder and climb down properly. So 2 different ways. Again, make sure you got the full health and stamina, or not stamina, but energy stats before you drop down. You get very low on health for that. So, stuff up here. Probably more connectors than I needed, but I didn't want it to look too bad with everything crossing over. Comes up to the doorway. 2 on each side. A few more here. Now for the walkway, it's not wide enough to have 4 connectors side by side, so you have to stagger it. So right here, got it staggered like this. Down here, it's just diagonal. Same thing, looks a little bit better. And then for our corner here, same thing. Looks super nice, man. Now, for this part here, it's kind of weird. But as you can see, it's routed through the railings, not over the top. And it's kind of weird how that works out. Found it out on accident. If you take a cable, and normally I would jump from about right here. Just to clear the railing, it'll go over the top side. Now, if it goes over the top, it kind of bows out further than it does right here. Not sure why, but is what it is. If you walk all the way up to it, so you can't walk anymore, and then jump, it forces it through the railing, which is weird, but it looks super nice, man. And they go up to the top there. It's kind of where it stops. So I did all that in between videos, plus getting all the stuff built and parts up here for today. Now we need to repair one of these. I think we got all the parts up here. I'm not sure if we're going to need 1 or 2 of the water filters. We'll start off with 1, see if it keeps up. If so, great. If we need more, we can always repair these and hook them up. Sucks that it's nighttime, but is what it is. Now the oil tanks, those were there just from the base game, right? But since they're there, what we'll do is do our oil production over here, I think. Different point in time. But do that on this side, and then everything's kind of contained into one platform, you know? There's the connectors, and then all of our stuff. So what I'm thinking is 2 of the oxygen tanks, because we need 12,000 on the liters, and these are only 9. So 2 of these. 1 of these would be enough. We might make a second one just for some extra storage. So, oh, what's that? So what we might do, man, I kind of want them side by side, you know? Maybe just one in front of the other. There, and then here. And for this guy, I want to move it back. It looks like the connectors are right here for the methane and 4 of the oxygen. I'm not sure of the ratio. We haven't really messed with these yet. But I'm not sure why there's just 1 of these and 4 oxygen. Maybe it actually produces at the same rate, but I want to spin it around where they're facing that way. So instead of repairing this, we'll probably just break it down. I got stuff up here in storage for building more. Plenty of storage, man. These are all full of resources. So the goal is storage here for the tanks. 1 reactor. We're going to have 1, possibly 2 of the generators over here. Probably just start off with 1. I don't know if we need 2, but I got all the parts for it. Batteries. We need 10 full batteries to fill that up. So I got enough to build 12. That way we got a little bit of extra storage for running the equipment up here. And then we got stuff for some wind turbines over here for power production. I think it'll work. I hope it'll work. We'll kind of see, man. Let's start off with this. Get you out of the way. I know. Everybody says to fully repair it and stuff before we scrap it. But look, man, I am very short on titanium. And I think that's one of the items we need for repairing that guy. So, is what it is. Now for this one. Oh, titanium. We still need some. Okay. We might scrap that one. I know there's some methane in it, but it doesn't really matter. We're making more today. I'm going to get yelled at in the comments. I can hear it now. It's only 900 liters. It's fine, dude. It's fine. Again, we're very short on titanium from building all the stuff for today. That way we can do it like I wanted to. 2 oxygen and then 2 methane. Side by side. So let's start the staging. We need 1 more view. And this might be overkill. I'm not too sure yet. Again, it's all learning as we go, right? So that there. Sucks that it's nighttime, but it's what it is, man. It's one reason why we're doing the wind turbines instead of solar. I have everything up here for solar, but what we're going to do is the wind turbines because it's raining all the time, it seems, at this platform. And then with nighttime, those 2 things mean very, very low on the solar production. And it kind of sucks. And 2 of those. Alright, so that's kind of set. Let's do the reactor. Where's it at? Right here. So I'm thinking, probably just right here in the middle. If we have to do 2, we'll stagger them, 1 on each side. So we need to run in electricity, water, fresh water, not the salt water, and then carbon dioxide. Now for the generator, this is temporary because we got the new tanks for the CO2. So for right now, we'll kind of just set it up right here. We have a connector there and 2 over here. And 1 on the top. I'm not sure what's what, so let's just... I guess you just do it like this. Again, it's only going to be used this one day. Now for the batteries, we got 12 of them, right? So the easiest thing to do to link them all together, daisy chain them, is probably just do 2 rows of 6 each right here. And I think this might be enough, possibly. If not, it's super simple to add in more batteries. Not that big of a deal. We'll keep them kind of close if we can. Alright, 2 more of these. I really hope we got all the parts. If my math is mathing correctly off camera. Does it? It doesn't always happen, dude. Not one bit. Alright, so all we're missing is the wind turbines. And then let's do the purifier. It might reach from here. Can we do repairs? Or just at a range for... Wait, right here. Almost done. There we go. So what do I want to do with this? is set up the purifier right here and then pipe it into there. And that should filter all the way up to the top. Yeah, this guy here. Okay, so which side is... So that's the front. I can't remember if right or left. Which one's fresh and which one's salt? Let's just kind of, I guess, do this and hope that it's proper. So one thing I didn't account for, probably need the parts to build it still, is going to be a tank. Buffer tank. Just to make life a little bit easier. So what we can do is probably just do it this way. That should work, I think. I'm hoping that's the output for the fresh water. Link it into here, and then from here over to this. Let's go ahead and do this as well. Just to keep it nice and somewhat neat. Okay, so we need that stuff. Tell you what, let's build all of the wind turbines, and I'll just grab all the parts, bring them over here, and it should finish building it. I'm excited, man. Super excited to get this up and running. Hopefully. We'll see. So, 4 for the oxygen. What we'll do is this. I don't want to do that. Always fill up this one. Same thing with the methane. That will go up to the platform. So will this. For this here, that could pipe in directly. Wait, these go on this side. Directly into there. For this, we'll need 2 connectors? 3 connectors, right? So 1, 2. Let's do this. Let's do it like this. If we do that, and then do one more right here. Again, not sure if we need all these to be hooked up. Now here's a question too. If they don't run at the same pace, and we fill up, say, the oxygen before the methane, or the methane probably first if it produces more with only one output. If those fill up, and that's not, will it stop production? Probably, right? I'm not sure. Had to kind of figure that out. So this one here, that one down there, perfect. So that should work. If we need a second one, we'll just double up everything that you see here. Add in a connector for the methane, kind of like this. One in one side, one in the other, and then into the tank. So that's set up properly. Let's get some wind turbines going for power production there. Now, I think with these, they don't need to be spaced out too far, right? So what we might do, I got enough for 20. Which should be fine, I think. Let's start it right here. What we'll do is half on this side, half on the other side, then connectors connecting all of it together. And that should work, I think. How many is that? 2, 4, 5? That's 5 of them. Hope we got enough space. I'm going to tell you now, these aren't perfect. How they're spaced. It's fine though, man. It's fine. Alright, so we're missing something. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Is it just not close enough for the containers? Move these over some. It took me so many trips to get all this stuff up top. It's insane, dude. And I'm not sure what's in where. That's the thing, right? Maybe we got all the parts? I probably counted wrong. That is a very, very high probability. I wish it would take whatever's close and start building it, but it doesn't all the time, right? Okay, so all the parts aren't here. What are we missing, though, for these? The blades. That's going to be for all these. So 20 more on the blades. Okay, not a big deal. We can still do the basic setup, though. So all we're doing, super simple. One at each of these. Hello? And then one there, one here. Daisy chain them together and ran over there. I'm not sure the total power production on these. We don't mess with these too often. We usually use the solar, but again, with all the storms, kind of works out in our favor to have the wind turbines, because the higher that the storms are, the faster the production is on these. They need repairs more often, but not that big of a deal, really, you know? So downstairs, we need to grab 20 more of the blades, and then stuff for one of the water tanks, and I think we're kind of set. Alright, man. 200 years later, I had to make 3 more trips down to grab all the parts. Got the last one on me for the final turbine. While we're right here, let's set up the pumps. Got all the parts. Get that piped in, and it's done and out of the way. Alright, so what we need... That's fresh water. Okay. I was hoping this one was going to be the fresh water. So, salt water to salt water. Fresh to the tank. That over here. And that's done. Power is super simple. That should be everything, right? Oh. It's not right up there. Okay. So that should be fine. So water's done. And then for this, need to pipe these in. So we are producing some power. Get this last chip over here, and that should be, better be, the final part. Oh, thank goodness, man. I was about to lose my mind. You can't reach the boat from the platform over there either. For building, you have to jump all the way down. So, I mean, it is what it is, dude. Almost done. Alright, power is set up. So, how much are we producing total with no extra wind? Roughly 175. That's not too bad, dude, really. Now, again, the solar only produces 8 in direct sun. So anything over that with these is a bonus, you know what I mean? I like it, dude. I like it. Alright, so for these, all daisy chained together around the backside. What we'll do... Okay, you have two power outputs. Wonder why that is. Do we need both? Probably not. So again, this is temporary. So I want to plan around not having that here permanently. So one of these. We'll need one over here as well. So let's bring all of our cables. So we're going to need water. Wait. That's not water. We're going to need water. We're going to need power. Gas we'll need eventually, not today. And then the gas is only temporary, just for that today. So, just build one over here off to the side. So, carbon dioxide. That's going to be gas for running this. Will this reach all the way? Absolutely. So water there, and then water over here. Power from this side. I hate how that crosses, man. It is what it is. It's not a big deal. And the power needs to go across to this. So that's to there. Doesn't matter, it's all daisy chained on equalize, so that should work. I'm guessing just one should work for the output, right? For this, all we're missing is the carbon dioxide, and that's kind of set, right? I think so. Again, just temporary. But for right now, what we'll do... set it up right here. Now, I got stuff for a tank for a buffer. In case we need one, we might. I'm not too sure. Let's do this. Not that. This one. I had all the parts. We don't now. What are we missing? Frame and connector ports. It's fine. I was going to put a buffer in here just to have one, but we probably don't need it. So that... and this almost fell down the hole in the floor, man. This will be for later use. And this for the pumps down below. Now, I think that's all set. Double check. Started this in. Power's coming in. It's the batteries, which are almost full. Runs out through here. For the moment, picking up power and carbon dioxide from this. Both of those run to over here. Goes to that. Water's going to that. Power's going down to the pumps. This is bugging me that it's kind of messed up some. Straight line, man. Straight line. Again, allow me to grab the cables. My hand and move them some. Be kind of nice. And then what we'll do is... we need another connector, probably right here. For the power. And that'll go up to the rocket. Up to the rocket. And then we'll branch off methane and oxygen too. Again, we'll worry about that here in a minute. Let's try this. See how it all is. So first things first, let's turn on this. What? I wonder if one of the connectors are off on the gas line. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Haha, okay. It won't run if it's not pulling the carbon dioxide. Okay. Makes sense. So that is running properly. Let's turn on the water pump. Get this producing. Nice. And there we go. Again, we'll kind of monitor this and see if this will be enough. And if not, we might have to just set up one more tank. It's 2,000 liters. I'm not sure how much it'll use for the reactor. We might not need all these. At least not right now. Kind of wait and see how that works out. Alright, so that's good here. The generator's running. All we got left is turning on the reactor to produce this stuff. Please work. Ah, thank goodness, man. It's so nice to see it all running. We're going to have some troubleshooting, I'm sure. And that's all going. So for right now, that's kind of some passive power for running everything too, right? So 4.8. How much do you produce? 30. Okay, that's not too bad, really. And then for the output on this, 60,000 an hour. Okay. And then for this, what are we doing? 72. It's 60. Okay, so it makes more oxygen than it does methane. So, science. Say the tank is full. Simulate that. It does still run. And it's only making the oxygen. Okay, makes sense. And then for this, if the oxygen's full... wait, what? If the oxygen's full, it shuts off the reactor. If the methane's full, it still runs. Why is that not consistent between the two? Aha, okay. So, what's the output on just 3 of them? So wait a minute. Why is that still outputting 72,000 an hour? So roughly 55. So wait a minute. Why do you have so many outputs for oxygen then? Each one is putting out, yeah, roughly about 20, 25,000 an hour. Okay, so leave one unhooked. Oh, wait, that's why. Is that actually forcing it out through the... Wait a minute, should be doing the same thing with this then, right? You know what I mean? You can see the methane coming out of the hose. It doesn't do that with the oxygen. Again, very weird. Okay, it's what it is. For right now, leave it all hooked up. And then we need more of this anyways, and we do the methane. So that's fine. So right now we got roughly 5,000 liters. And 2,200. Okay, there was some in those, can't remember how much. So that's all working, man. 5.4. So that's going pretty good. Alright, so while that's all running, let's set up this stuff up here. How much do we have for... We need some resources real quick. Where'd that come from? Not too sure. So I need... some of these. Just split it. Take half and half. Oh, that's what it was. Some of those were from that. And then we'll do 50 of these. Doesn't really matter. We don't need that many. Drop those off. Alright, so... for these... how are they set up here? So methane, oxygen, and power. I like but hate at the same time that the gas is all the same color. Wish we could mark these somehow, you know? Just to make life easier. Alright, so that'll work there. Run them down here. So... 3 of these. Now, I heard, too, if you stretch a cable all the way out to the full 20, that's where people are having problems with them disconnecting when they relog. So I've been trying to do with all my cables, stop it at about 18 meters. That way they're not stretched too far and kind of avoids problems later on. Not sure if that's a thing, but... all these cables, man, I don't want them to be unhooked accidentally, you know? So one there, and then we'll just do one more down here. And then for these two... do it like that. Oh, it's not hooked up here. I was going to say, that should be producing power to the rocket, but... gotta do this part, too. Okay, no more cables left. Oh, wait. We're just out of cables. Okay. I got some more. Not a big deal. Somewhere. One of these. Many, many containers. That I need to downsize and get out of this area. Right? There we go, man. Maybe some more gas, and then water's fine. We're done with that. That one's too. Okay. Alright, last little piece of the puzzle. Those might make it all the way up. Let's see how far the stretch is. Perfect. And then this one up here. Let's start running this one now. There we go. So we need 60 kilowatt hours. It's going to take a minute. So for this one, that's going to be methane. We'll do that on the inside one, I guess. Doesn't really matter too much. And this we want to be that one only. Okay. Why are we cycling on and off? Interesting. So having the rocket hooked up was a massive draw on the power. That was cycling on and off. And with that happening, this was cycling too because it didn't have the carbon dioxide. That's why I like a buffer system in here with stuff, you know? Maybe let's wait on this for the power until those are done and full. Might make life easier. Okay. So, anyways, oxygen. Output. Then over here, we'll do a connector. Now, just a heads up, we're not sending off the rocket today. That'll be for a separate video because I think there's more attached to it than just putting Junior in and sending him up. Want to get everything prepped today, and the start of the next video is literally going to be just sending him up to space, I guess is where he goes. Not too sure. And I'm hoping he's still over there in that building. I think he's on the top floor. Can't exactly remember, but haven't checked on him in a while. I mean, he doesn't have legs. He's not going to really walk anywhere, but, you know, stuff goes missing in games sometimes, unfortunately. All right, so we're kind of set there. Now, I think you can take stuff like this, route them into the same cable, and it'll be fine. So 2 of these we could just put into this and send it up one cable, but I like them being separate, man. Less potential errors later on. So we are filling up the oxygen and the methane. Okay. So I'm guessing when we're done, then we have to unhook them and then close it, right? Yeah, like that. See what our tanks are at. If they're full enough, we'll shut this down and then plug in the power. So actually, methane is done. Oh, fantastic, man. How much is left? That's full. 1 tank is still full. Okay. So for oxygen, we got 9, 10, 11, 12. We got enough to fill up the tank. 13 altogether. Okay. So let's shut this off. That's good for the moment. Let the power run. The oxygen moves very, very slow. Kind of weird. It's almost like it's a heavier liquid, right? Okay, that's fine, though. So that's done. That's done. So we can actually start unhooking some of this stuff, too. So this we don't need. And I want to see how much of this we actually used down below. Scrap this, too. And what we'll end up doing to change this around some is probably leave that there, and we'll stage out... Where are they at? These. So I'm not sure how much methane, or not methane, carbon dioxide we need for the methane production. So we're going to kind of base it off of 3 of these for right now. And I think, with these only having 1 connector, I think just having them in the line should work. I'm hoping, possibly. So do one there. One there. And one here. So, 1, 2... I think just one will be fine. Hook that there. This one, and then that one. Actually, this can go on the side. That one to this port, that one to this port, and that one to that port. That way it's in line for this, and we can still ship it up from the boat down below. I think. Possibly, maybe. Okay, so that's filling up. I will see you in a little bit when that's ready. I'm going to go down, make these, and start taking all of our junk down too. Let's, before I forget, let's scan this guy. It's one of the ones that we need.
Caretaker, these sweethearts might possess a charming shape, but their internals have been corrupted. Scanning enough of them will allow me to reverse engineer their design and turn them into a tool you can use.
Scan 25? Junior, you know how many of these things I've scrapped along the way? So that didn't count as one. Okay, there's one. Okay. So we can't build these right away. Well, it's going to be a while. Alright, so anyways, let's get rid of you. And what I'll do as well is... Do we have a port open? Holy crap. I want to run all of the oxygen into that. And then, same with the power. We'll try to fill those up. Get rid of all these, get rid of all those. These things I don't care about. I'll take them down and scrap them. They're just some water. Not too worried about it. Get rid of this too. A little bit cleaner setup not having this in the way. Oh yeah. We'll just take down this whole thing, right? Get all of our parts back. So really all we need is the wind turbines, the batteries for storage, the tanks for the carbon dioxide, and the reactor. Not too bad at all. Imagine trying to fit all this stuff on the boats. Dude, it would be a pain, man. It'd be a pain for sure. Alright. I'll see you the next in-game day. And hopefully the rocket will be ready. It's finally time, man. Oh, it's finally time. Hopefully, this is the last trip up this platform. I am so tired of using those stairs. Forgot my cables for hooking up that last CO2 tank. So those are all made. And I think the water's actually full too. So the pumps did turn off. Absolutely. So one tank is enough for this whole process. It's not too bad, man. Not sure why there's 4 down there, but it is what it is. Alright, so, super simple. This guy into here. That one into there. And this one over here. We'll kind of see how it works out with just having 3 of the tanks full. That might be enough for production. If not, we can always up it, but I got some ideas down there for the tanks on the boat. We'll deal with that in the next video. But for now, that's kind of set. That's set. I mean, those are already full, too. So next time, when we go to do this, we'll hook up the rocket first, and that'll fully charge it, right? And then those can kind of produce some more for running this thing. Shouldn't be too much. So what we've got to do is unhook these, close all the doors, and we'll grab Junior. It's been a long day, dude. It's been so much prep work in between. But I'm glad that it all worked out the first try, you know? I mean, for the most part. I'm super glad they added in the tanks for the CO2. Stab it! That's it's a massive thing, you know? And all these won't go to waste. After recording, I'll go ahead and put these into this guy. Get them all full. I see it's already ready for 2 more launches. I like it, man. Alright, let's grab Junior. He should be in the building. If he's not, we got bigger problems. 1, because somehow he got away. But 2, we gotta go all the way back to the seed vault. Grab that, make another Lazarus container, and do that whole process. Now with that, we can make more of this stuff for the Lazarus containers, right? Over there. What happens when we run out of seeds? Does auto regenerate over time? Do we get more somewhere else? Again, just me thinking out loud. Don't spoil it for me. We'll figure it out. So we'll check up top first. Actually, is he down here? Oh, yes. Okay. Thought I'd put him upstairs. Junior! Your rocket is ready, buddy. Let's get you outside. And in the recent update, people have posted too, they fixed a bug to where these guys would get cemented to the boat. So we shouldn't need that platform up there anymore or the pallet, to set them on. Next time, we'll probably do all 3. I think it's 3 we can set up at once, right? 3 or 4? Can't see, man. This guy's always in the way. Is the elevator down? It is. Did I not scrap everything down here? I guess not. I have to clean all this up after we're done recording. Check these as well. Totally missed this section. Easy. Sorry. My bad, Junior. My bad. Get y'all shaken up. Happens, man. It happens. I really like this part of the game, though. Getting all the stuff set up, getting it all routed in, and then seeing the final product. I mean, it's always nice when it works the first try. Doesn't always do that, but it's always a cool thing. So we'll look on the console up here, too. And it should have everything checked off, except for putting Junior inside the rocket. Some guys up here, too. We'll put them on the platform. The rights? Do not fall to the bottom. Holy crap. Calm down, man. Calm down, Junior. I know, man. Exciting times, dude. Alright, so what do we have here? Oxygen, good. Methane, good. Electricity's good. None of those are full. Everything is closed, and everything is disconnected. So, take a look inside. Need some railings here. I'm just saying, dude. That's kind of neat, man. So 3 juniors per trip. I don't know what that is. Oxygen? I mean, they're in a pod, so don't really need it, right? We'll wait to put Junior in there to the next video. Ah, dude. Well, not too bad of a day, man. Super excited for the next video to see what happens when we send this guy into space. Again, next time we do this, we'll have more stuff where production should go a lot faster. We'll test out the new CO2 tanks, but we'll go ahead and make 3 of the seeds, 3 of the juniors, and send up more than 1 at a time. For this first one, though, we'll just do the 1, kind of see what happens, and learn the game mechanics. However, we are going to go ahead and leave this one here. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.